We decided to create a music video for an indie genre band. We were inspired by bands such as the Wombats, Mumford & Sons, Ben Howard, Noah and the Whale and many more. We decided to choose the indie genre because we felt that it would give us the freedom to create a more independent style music video which would give us the chance to be as innovative and adventurous with the shots and narrative as we like, much like modern day independent music videos seem to be.
We used intentionally average locations for our video and digipack that our audience will be able to relate to and recognise, a common theme in indie music videos. In the video to Keen's Somewhere Only We Know, the band emerge from a grotty looking venue and get into a taxi. This portrays them as being down to earth and not above their fans or too good to play small venues. We tried to present this image with our band as well as having all our performance shots of the band playing set in a bedroom. This shows that they're not elevated above the audience as mainstream artists tend to be, such as the Jackson 5 in the video Can You Feel It? Other aspiring musicians would then also be able to relate to having to practice in their bedroom and not having big studios and venues to perform in. We've also tried to give the band a local and British image, so we filmed much of our video around Halifax town centre so that people who know the area will potentially be able to recognise certain areas. It also shows that the band are proud of their roots and again are not portrayed as being better than the audience. This is another typical convention of indie bands that we have adhered to. Other locations such as the living room and kitchen where the band are seen spending time is again to present them as normal lads who have the same pastimes as the audience. The bowling alley where the couple go to on a bad day is intended to have the same effect.
After looking at other indie music videos, we found that their clothing tended to be very casual. Examples of this can be seen in videos such as Mumford & Sons and The Kooks. We stuck to this convention by dressing our band members in similar clothing, but also asked the lead singer to wear a Union Jack style shirt as this would portray our band as being British. We reinforced our band's portrayal of being British by including shots in their hometown and included shots of them in the town environment for our digipack and magazine advert. During the film, our final editing sequence that included our lead singer being shot in a variety of locations, we started shooting with our lead singer wearing a Superdry hoodie, which did not fit to conventions. To correct this, we improvised by using an unbranded jacket that would better fit the typical indie conventions.
We noticed through our music video research that a lot of independent and rock bands often use humour in their videos, portraying the band as fun and down to earth, whilst also making their music videos more entertaining. Classic rock bands such as the Beatles were probably one of the first bands to use humour in their videos. I studied Hard Day's Night and enjoyed their slapstick Benny Hill style comedy, and so we decided to incorporate this into our video. We did this by filming things such as slapstick chase scenes with our band members, having them play fight with walking sticks, only to be outdone by Alex, who runs on with a plank of wood and chases them off set. There was no apparent reason for this in terms of narrative, other than to humour the audience. It also shows the band as fun, ordinary guys.
The Understudies are a band made of 3 male members. They all come from their hometown of Halifax and are proud of their roots. When taking inspiration from other indie bands, we realised their music videos consisted of performance shots and narrative shots. We wanted to incorporate this into our music video, and so we decided to film the performance shots in a young male's bedroom. This way it seems down to earth and homey as they aren't surrounded by flashing lights or fancy sets.
We have incorporated Britishness into our video as many other indie bands do, such as The Kooks, by using a typically British town as our primary location. We also use certain pieces of mise-en-scène to get across Britishness, such as having Union Jacks and other typical British iconography on pictures in the background, as well as some of their clothing. They are also seen drinking pints, which is seen as typically British.
Bands such as the Foo Fighters and Alien Ant Farm, whose members are portrayed how we wanted our band to be portrayed, as a bit silly at times and willing to have a laugh, are big fans of parodies. I studied music videos such as Movies by Alien Ant Farm and Learn to Fly by the Foo Fighters, both of which use parodying in their narratives and or performance. Our original idea was to parody films, as our song is called Kill the Director, and blames films with false conceptions on romance. However, we decided against this idea due to lack of costumes, as we didn't have the budget to fund them. Instead, I proposed that we focus only on romantic comedies, as this more closely fits the song, and we wouldn't need elaborate costumes, as we would purely parody the conventions for our narrative. We've achieved this by creating a reverse romance in which the protagonist and lead singer Alex acts more like the girl in the relationship than Beth, his love interest. At the end of the video, he's shown sat alone, crying and watching a rom-com, something you stereotypically expect from a broken-hearted female in a romance film. Instead of cute dates, we have disastrous ones, showing Alex desperately trying to win over Beth, who has clearly lost interest in the relationship, and as the song builds, so does his frustration at his failing romance. In our first draft, we parodied the standard romantic cliché of a couple running in slow motion through a meadow towards each other, only to have the romantic build-up fail miserably through an anticlimax. Films such as Gone with the Wind and Wuthering Heights have used this concept, and it's also been parodied in Shrek, and loosely parodied by Taylor Swift in her video The Story of Us.
The camera shots we include within our music video are based on shots found in popular indie music videos. For example, we took a lot of inspiration from Killer Director, as this was the song we were using, and allowed us to use effective shots to portray our band in a variety of different ways, such as showing our lead singer more often to establish the main lead within our band. We have noticed from research into videos that during music videos, the camera does not tend to be static at any point during the video, especially during performance shots. This is used to keep the flow of the video and, above all, keep the audience interested. We have taken this and used it within our video to stick to conventions.
The performance shots of the band are used to highlight what is most important to our band, creating, performing and sharing their love of music. These performance shots include all band members and in some cases are used to show off their talent. For example, close-ups on the instrument being played and watching them perform. We found that narratives within most independent music videos are often humorous, slightly crazy, used as a way to rebel against the modern day music industry and include all band members in some way, and most times also includes parodies of some sort. We wanted to show this in our music video to incorporate postmodernism. For example, the credits were used at the end and the 3-2-1 zoom into the TV screen at the start. We shot a scene that was supposed to look like the band trashing a room and fighting and even throwing a TV out of the window. We felt this was a good example of showing them rebelling against the modern day music industry and also a way of representing the build-up in the music of the song. Our narrative slightly challenges the conventions of indie music videos because there aren't many other indie bands that have a story running through their video. Most just have short, funny sketches.
All music videos are postmodern, so by incorporating parody and intertextuality into our video, as well as having a running theme of the band just having fun and doing things for the sake of it, we have made our music video postmodern as well.